There are 3 different types of physical assessment forms. One for patients who have shoulder issues, a standard form for those who have no shoulder issues, and finally, a form for those who specify that balance is their main focus of their program. The first series of resting measures is the same on all 3 assessments. Measure blood pressure and heart rate using the equipment provided. Then using the spirometer, measure lung function. When using the lung spirometer, find a new disposable mouthpiece and attach it firmly to the end of the spirometer. Make sure that the spirometer is switched on and the settings are according. Instruct the patient to take a full deep breath in and then exhale as hard and as fast as they can with their mouth over the mouthpiece. Make sure to specify to the patient that they only put their mouth on the mouthpiece when they are exhaling. Upon measurement, you'll be able to record their lung age, as well as their FEV1, FEV6, and the ratio between the two. Take height and weight measures as normal, and take a belly button measurement for waist girth. The balance tests start with a one-leg stand, initially with eyes open. Perform the test with eyes closed as well. Make sure you use your discretion with this, and anyone who you don't feel it's safe or appropriate to do this, just put NA in the testing box. After the one-leg tests, perform a tandem stand, heel to toe. Make sure with this test that you note any direction of sway. Again, start with eyes open and, if appropriate, test eyes closed as well. The line outside the office door is used to conduct our tandem walk test. Take a stopwatch with you and instruct the patient to walk heel to toe along the line as quickly as possible. Instruct the patient that if they do make any mistakes, to continue. You must record both the time it takes as well as the errors that are made when completing the test. A sit and reach flexibility is obtained with the patient sitting towards the edge of the chair, keeping their knees straight and reaching down towards their toes. Record the distance between the fingertips and the toes. Record beyond next to the measurement if they exceed their toes, or before if they don't quite reach. Our functional reach test is done standing. Make sure that the person is standing with their feet shoulder width apart and hands one on top of the other at the start of the measuring instrument. Instruct the patient to reach as far forward as they can before they need to take a step forward or overbalance. Measure the distance. Apley's scratch test involves one arm going up and behind the neck and the other going underneath and up the middle of the back, with the aim of the 2 hands reaching. Make sure you perform this test on both sides, but again, use your discretion if the person has shoulder issues. The sit to stand test varies depending on the balance focus or a general focus. A general focus involves a 30-second timed sit to stand, where the patient is instructed to perform as many complete repetitions as possible. In the balance-oriented test, record the time it takes the patient to complete 5 full sit to stands. In both tests, ensure that the chair is backed up against the wall for safety. For the hand grip strength, set up the hand dynamometer accordingly and instruct the patient, keeping the elbow by the side at 90 degrees, to squeeze as tight as they can for 5 seconds, repeating on both sides. Record the measurement. The step-up test involves timing how long it takes the patient to perform 8 complete step-ups. Make sure you do this leading with the right leg up and down, and then the left leg up and down. A demonstration is often helpful here. For those that don't have any shoulder issues, we do a wall push-up test for upper body strength. Make sure you measure the distance from the wall. Instruct the patient to have their feet shoulder width apart and arms a little bit wider than their shoulders. Instruct the patient to perform as many push-ups as they can in 30 seconds, ensuring that their back stays in line and that they are performing the movement all the way. For those that have shoulder issues, and for the general balance assessment, we use a bicep curl test. We record how many the patient can do in 30 seconds, picking an appropriate weight and recording the weight during the assessment as well. Ensure the patient is sitting and running through the complete range of motion, so from full extension of the elbow through to full flexion of the elbow. The final test is a bike test. This involves getting the patient on the bike for 3 minutes and measuring the maximum distance they travel in the 3 minutes. Make sure to instruct the patient to pace themselves, as most people will go out too hard and too fast initially and then wear out before the 3 minutes is up. At the completion of the test, measure blood pressure, heart rate, and use the spirometer to get an FEV1 reading. After a minute of recovery, repeat the same 3 measurements. Don't forget to record the distance as well. We perform regular reassessments on our members. We recommend a program change in reassessment every 2 to 3 months, sometimes sooner depending on the member. We also recommend a reassessment where a member has had a change in their medical condition. During the reassessments, we perform the same tests that we did at the previous reassessment, or if it's their first reassessment, on their initial consult. During the reassessment, we also talk to the member about any changes to medical conditions, any changes to their medications, and if they've changed their doctor since the last assessment. Most importantly, we find out if there are any changes to their goals since their last assessment. It is also a good idea to find out about the member's program. Find out what they liked about it, find out what they didn't like about it, as this will help you in prescribing your new program. All members are given a printout of their reassessment results.